What's up, good people? This your boy 27 Freddie Mitch coming at you with a video. This is something new that I'm going to be adding to my channel. I'm going to be doing more wrestling videos, but strictly NWA Power stuff because that's the company that I'm into the most right now. I watch the other shows, but not that much. But I do watch Power every week, and I'm slowly but surely falling in love with the company. I'm going to be going to this month's tapings that they're having in Atlanta. I have two VIP tickets for both days. Um, I'm going to be doing some meet and greets and taking pictures and hopefully talking to some people and seeing how it goes from there. I know I talk to several of them on Twitter on a daily basis, so I'm looking forward to meeting some of the guys and girls this month in person. But let's get right into this week's episode. This is week episode 12. The title is Something Left to Prove. It started off with a video package of Nick Aldis versus Tim Storm. They recapping their feud. They are having a match on this show, on this episode, for the television TV tournament. And then that video package transitioned into Stu Bennett and Joe Guile welcoming everybody to the show, um, telling everybody that New Year's was right around the corner. Um, it was just a quick little opening, and then it transitioned from that over to Tim Storm talking to Dave Marquez about tonight's main event. And Tim Storm was talking about his mom and doing his little Mama Storm promos that he normally does. Then at the end of the promo, he said something to the effect of that he was going to kick Nick Aldis's behind. YouTube has that little censoring thing now, so you can't really say words or whatever, especially if you're a smaller channel. But he said something to the effect that he was going to kick his behind, and then came Nick Aldis and Camille out to confront Tim Storm. Nick Aldis started mocking Tim Storm about how he was dressed. Then Nick Aldis said some stuff about he was wearing a suit and all this stuff, and that he couldn't wait to get to do the match. And meanwhile, Camille was mean mugging Tim Storm, and that promo ended, and then it jumped into a promo with Aaron Stevens from last week, and him and the question mark were doing a doing a promo. He was saying, the karate, the Mongolian clutch, or whatever the name of it is it's the stupid name. Just call it the shit. Just stuck with the regular name. It's like a regular Kimura lock, something like what Brock Lesnar does. But yeah, it's like Mongolian something, whatever. And then it transferred into that with a squash match. It was a submission match. He did his little submission move, and everybody was trying to figure out why it was a submission match. They didn't build up to it, or it was an exhibition submission match. Also, it wasn't a build up to it. We know from last week when he cut the promo that he was going to be in the match this week, but they didn't. It wasn't a stipulation or a reason for the stipulation, and he defeated. Aaron Stevens defeated Sal in no time. It was like a 2 minute match. It was basically a squash match. But he had his Aaron had his finish move, his hold on him, the Kimura lock, and out came Trevor Murdoch to confront Aaron Stevens. Then that turned into a match, which lasted 2 minutes tops, maybe if that. With the winner being Trevor Murdoch, he also used a submission. So I'm hoping maybe this is gonna turn into a little feud between Trevor Murdoch and Aaron Stevens, leading all the way up until them having a match at the pay per view, which will be pretty cool for Trevor Murdoch to win the pay per view. And then we got from there we got a little clip showing showing the next set of TV tapings, and then the clip for the pay per view, and then we got one of those high spots commercials about the kayfabe, tornado, and all that. The little funny '80s throwback commercials that they normally do, which is pretty cool. I like those. Um, and then we had a women's match was Steels versus Bella. That match was pretty quick. It ended fairly quickly. Steels won with a cutter move. I don't know the finish move, if that's her finish or it was just a cutter move. Don't know the name of it. The commentators didn't say the name of the finish move. When I go, I'm gonna try to see if I can get her to tell us the name of the finish if I get to meet her. I don't know how their meet and greets goes, but hopefully she'll be out there with the VIPs. Like the whole crew will be out there, and the VIP members will get to meet everybody. Um, and then we had the main event. So Tim Storm entered in first. He was already out there, and then came out Nick Aldis and Wild Card Camilla, and then one of the Wild Card's members' girlfriend. Um, they came out. They told us that Nick Aldis told us the name of the group. He calls it Strictly Business, and then he started talking, cut a promo. He was saying that he entered into the television title because it was fun for him, and then he said that Tim Storm made it unfun for him, is that he didn't want to compete, and then he walked to the ring like he was gonna get in after like a few minutes of a promo. He walked into the ring like he was gonna get in the ring and fight. Then he rolled back out of the ring and went back to the mic and started talking some more. And then he told Tim Storm that, hey, you don't have to fight tonight either. You could just easily have a bye. But Tim Storm wasn't having none of that. He rolled out of the ring and jump the was gonna fight all three of them. But that's when Nick Aldis made the decision to put Isaac in. And then that match was like 5 minutes. There was like 1 minute left on the clock before Tim Storm defeated him. And then he rolled out, and then Nick Aldis was backing up, and that's when the Rock and Roll Express came out. They said never turn your back on the opponents, and then they had the crowd chanting rock and roll at the end of the show, and the show went dark. All in all, this was another great episode. I give it like a 6. There were some hit and misses, like with the audience participation. They need to step it up because it's such a small setting. Is that when 2 to 3 people are chanting stuff and nobody else is chanting anything, it you can tell that it's a small setting. And the interviewer, David Marquez, I noticed something that he did this week was kind of off. Was when Nick Aldis was talking to the fans and he kind of was turned to like at an angle, sort of. Instead of Vic, instead of David Marquez stepping to the side to his left side, where he can hold the microphone in front and stand and hold the microphone in over. He was holding the microphone over his shoulder, and that was kind of weird. I've never seen that angle done before either. But you guys, let me know what you think about the review. Subscribe, do all of that stuff, and Thanks, and I'll see you guys next week. And have a great week.